Camera is kind of crooked. It's not my new camera. It's actually a tripod I got to I can't find anything to put my camera on, and it's a little crooked. So let's see, I'm going to tilt it down just a little bit so you can see the chicken. You don't need to see me. Okay, so here's our chicken. This is the rotisserie and it smells so good. Y'all, I will probably be eating a little bit of this. Now I just peeled the skin off. I am not a fan of dark meat. I'm gonna lay like the leg and the wings over here in the pan, because I may use them. Now I can get away with using the dark meat. I need a towel under my cutting board. It's sliding. Y'all, if you know where to put the knife on a chicken, it just cuts right through, just like that. But you're gonna pull the chicken. Oh, I forgot a wing. And it's so tender, it's falling apart. Falling absolutely apart. Let me get something to put under that cutting board so it will quit sliding. Good little trick if you didn't know it. Just put a towel. It may not stop it all together, but see, nowhere. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these breasts off, because that's my favorite, is the breast meat. And I just kind of pull. I've had it, it's sat. It was really warm earlier, and it has sat, and so it's gotten a little harder to cut, but that's okay, because we're just pulling and picking off the bone. There's a much easier way to do this. You can take a knife and go down the side of it, but I don't have a very good knife right now. Everything is missing in action. Y'all, this rotisserie chicken, this is the best chicken. So good, and you don't even have to cook it. Like I said, if you can find it, if you've got a Sam's, that is the place to go and get your rotisserie chicken. Do not pay what I paid today. I just really wanted to make this video for y'all, and my family's actually been asking for buffalo chicken pizza. In fact, I called my daughter, told her what I was having. She says, I'm at your house tonight. But I love that. Say, come on, baby. See, I'm going to show you the right way now to do it. You just go down this bone, come down around the bottom, cut it, and the breast comes right out. That was the right way to do it, but either way works as long as the meat gets off the bone. I still have some over here. You know, like I said, I am not a fan of dark meat. I don't do dark meat well at all. But, like I said, if you can sneak it in, this, I know it has the best flavor. I know that. I really do know that. But and you turn it over to get to your thighs. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that dark meat off. I think I can, as long as I'm dipping it in sauce and soaking it, and it doesn't look that dark. It's when it looks really dark. Like the legs, I'm not sure I can do the legs. Plus, I saved those for my son anyway. All right, right here, this is, I don't know, it's a color thing. Like, I don't know. Let me see. Like, here's breast meat, and here's this meat. It's a color thing with me. I don't know why, but it is. So, and I'm going to save this carcass. It makes great chicken broth. Great chicken broth. And I don't necessarily want to give it to my dogs because they might choke on it, but all right, I know, and y'all are freaking out because I could have got so much more meat off of that. I know that. But the rest of the meat was dark. Like I said, I'm not a, let me get 2 forks. And I realize it is a color thing with me. It's not a flavor thing, I don't think. I just can't get past the... But here, this is some thigh meat that I'm choosing to use because it's not too terribly dark. But that other piece that I showed you, oh, I wish I could do thighs because I know it has better flavor. What are your food hang-ups? Dark meat is one of mine. I don't like fat on a steak. And it's really weird because my husband's just the opposite. Like when we go to a Japanese steakhouse where they cook, when they cut off the fat from the steak, he says, no, put it over here on my plate. And I don't like the fat at all. And you're just going to shred this up into pieces. Like I said, it's gotten cold, so it's a little hard to... Oh, but it's so good. In fact, let me taste it. There's just a flavor in rotisserie chickens that... If you have a rotisserie chicken that maybe you meant to use for something else, and you haven't, and it's gotten cold and you're not really sure what to do with it, make this pizza. You will not be sorry. If you like buffalo stuff. Now, if you're not a buffalo wings person, you might not like it. We love wings. In fact, there's a local restaurant here. I used to drive back and forth to work from our town, from our old town where I used to live. And it was an hour drive. And on Thursday nights, we had worship team practice. So I came home from work. I didn't even come home. I went straight to church. And so afterwards, on Thursday nights, there was this wing restaurant that had a special on Thursday nights. And so we would go get wings every Thursday. So we really like us some wings. Go figure. But I haven't had them in a while. The kids were talking about this pizza the other day. And then somebody was asking me how I made it. So I said, let me just do a video. Oh, my chicken's stuck on there. Get off. But yeah, there's a ligament or something. I'm going to get off. Now some of these tougher parts I may just take a knife to, just for time's sake. Because like I said, I don't have much memory on my phone. I'm going to put it all in this pot plastic container here. I think I'm gonna have plenty to do. I think I'm gonna have plenty to do. Now look at it just tearing apart because I took a knife to it. Oh me. Oh well. I think I'm gonna have plenty to do 2 pizzas. Which means I'm gonna have to juggle my oven because the calzones have to. I didn't really think this through because the calzones are gonna have to bake too. Let me tell you a little trick I'm doing right now with those. It's a little chilly in my house. And so I was afraid that the yeast rolls, they're probably rising, but I was afraid they wouldn't rise in time. So what I did was a little trick, just so you know, if you ever need something to rise, any kind of bread that you need to let rise, I put it in my oven and turned the oven light on. The oven's not on at all, but my oven, the interior light of my oven is on. That puts off enough heat. I mean, it's just a nice soft heat that they will rise. So, little trick I learned from an Alaskan. I was watching him make bread on YouTube, and not only was it the time of year, I mean it was cold, but he also didn't have much sunlight. He couldn't like sit it in a window or anything. So he put it in his oven. So there's a nifty little trick if you ever have yeast rolls or if you're making bread. See, I make bread and I love to make bread. Oh my goodness, I love my crusty bread. And it has to rise. So let me wash my hands and then I'm going to put the sauce on it. Okay, let's get this out of the way. All right. I'll save the leg and the wings over there for my son when he gets home from school. He's always hungry, always wants a snack. And his snack and mine and your snack, they're 2 different things. Now, it would be good to toss some melted butter in this, but I'm not. I really don't need the extra butter. After my health scare, my husband has been like a Nazi. And he knows it's a losing battle just because I like to cook and I'm a Southern girl. I'm a Southern girl. I don't know how to cook healthy. And I take that back. I do know how to cook healthy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pick my battles. And I'm going to do little things because the little things add up and make a difference. And one of my little things, I'm not going to add butter to this. Because you don't need the butter because the sauce on your pizza, the actual sauce, is ranch dressing. So you're getting plenty of fat there. But this chicken is healthy, and so you don't want to add the butter. I mean, you can. It would make it good, but no need. All right, I'm just going to put the lid on this and let it sit for a while. And then when it comes time for supper, we'll put it on our pizza. It's going to be good. Okay, y'all, I went ahead and got ready for church because I just did. And so I thought, I knew I wanted to clean up and stuff afterwards, so I went ahead and got ready. I thought we'd go ahead and make the cheese mixture that's going to go inside the calzones. What you're going to need you're going to need a 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. And y'all, most of the time I buy store brand. And of course I can't get in it. I buy store brand everything, just about. With like mayonnaise, we have to have Duke's. Cereals, we usually buy name brand. And there's a few things I'm kind of snobbish about when it comes to name brands, but not many. Most of the things I get are store brand. That was it was really kind of funny when Bryant and I started dating. He almost wondered if I was the girl for him. My mom, bless her heart, was name brand everything. We had name brand everything. I don't know why, because I'm a farm girl and we weren't wealthy by any means. We weren't poor, but we weren't wealthy. And so, but she bought name brand anything. So when we started dating, he went with me one time. I was going to get groceries for my house, and he went with me. And he saw that I was buying name brand everything. And oh my goodness, he thought, I love this girl, but I don't know if she's the one for me. But just like any good marriage, any good relationship, you compromise. And that's what we did. We compromised. He gave over and bought some name brand stuff, and I gave over and started buying off-brand stuff. We're going to use 1.5 cups of mozzarella. Cup and a half. Oh, I'm spilling cheese everywhere. But you know what? I just washed this off my counter off. Only thing I don't like, I love my counter. And it's not the counter's fault, it's my fault. But the cracks in between the wood, the crumbs go down in there. I have a crummy, it's crumb filled kitchen island. But I love it. Oh my goodness. I'm so thankful for it. I was having to bend over, and I've drug a desk in here to work on. So this thing is like marvelous. And I'm going to use about a 1/2 cup of Parmesan. Maybe a little more than a 1/2 cup. Anyway. Now, in here is where I'm going to sprinkle some Italian seasoning. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. And a little bit of garlic. Not much. We're going to church tonight. Can't have much garlic. Oh, but I already smell it. Okay, and then just to bind this together, I'm going to put in, oh, there went my buffalo sauce. Do your refrigerators ever get to where you think, oh my goodness. Look, 2 eggs, perfect. I have another container of eggs in there. So we're going to hold this together with 2 eggs. And we'll use another egg. Thank goodness I have another pack in there. Now my trash can is running over. Running over. So this is a 15-ounce container of ricotta, a cup and a half of mozzarella, and a half cup of Parmesan, a sprinkling, and I think I'm going to add some more Italian seasoning. No, I'm not going to add any more garlic, but I am going to add a little more Italian seasoning. Because this is just what makes it Italian. I mean, it just smells like pizza. And now what I'm going to do is the sausage I fried up earlier. It has cooled. And we're going to add it in here. Oh my goodness. I'm spilling it out everywhere. You know, I'm not sure kitchens are used well if you're not making a mess in them. And I definitely make a mess. Y'all, and I can't wait to show you this dessert. I haven't made this dessert, but last night we had meals provided for us, and a lady brought 2 desserts. And we were kind of in a hurry to go to church revival. And so we didn't get to eat dessert. So tonight we're going to eat dessert. We're going to eat early enough. So y'all, there is our mixture for our calzones. It is the sausage and the cheese and my yeast rolls, which are going to be the crust for our calzones, are rising in the oven. I hope they're rising anyway. They're supposed to be rising. And we'll put the rest of this mozzarella, plus I have another pack on our buffalo chicken pizza. And we're just going to have an Italian night. We're going to be Italian. My husband just did his ancestry DNA. And it came back that he's 44% Scottish and Irish. And he totally doesn't believe that, because his daddy always told him he was Indian. There was no Indian that showed up in the ancestry DNA. And I don't know how much of that is accurate, but people seem to buy into it. I'm getting that cheese out from my cracks here. The cracks in my island. So anyway, Isaac's job when he gets home is to take out the trash, and he can eat these chicken legs left over from the rotisserie chicken. And so we're just waiting on time, really, to get here, and the yeast rolls to rise some more. So I'm going to get everything kind of set up for them. I've got my chicken soaking in the buffalo sauce. I got my mixture for the calzones. We're ready to go. We're just waiting on supper time. So anyway, I'm going to cover this up since we're not using it right yet. It is ready to go. And I'll see you guys in a little bit when we finish up. All right. Let's see here. We are going to finish this pizza. This is the buffalo chicken pizza. Let me get a spatula. And I think I told y'all a while ago the sauce for your pizza. And this is just a store-bought pizza crust. The sauce for your pizza is going to be a ranch dressing. I can't remember. Well, I'm not sure. Hang on. I'm going to use... I know my kids like Hidden Valley. So we're going to use Hidden Valley. That didn't feel good. overflowing refrigerator. So we're going to use Hidden Valley because I know my family likes that. Alright, that's your sauce. So you're just going to smear, if that's the word. My other crust, we're going to make 2 pizzas. I think I have enough chicken for 2 pizzas. But the other crust, I don't know. I guess when it was put in the bag at the factory, it got bent up pretty bad. So I'm still going to use it. Maybe a little too much ranch, but can you ever have too much ranch? Okay, and you just take that buffalo chicken that you've been soaking and just dot it around. A little bit of it, and I've got my oven preheating to 400. I try not to touch this too much with my hands because never fails. I have my eye itches and I have to stick buffalo chicken fingers in my eye. So you're just going to put chicken all over here. And I did use a little bit of the dark meat, not a whole lot. Only because you can cover the color up with the buffalo chicken sauce. Okay, so that looks good, and I believe this is going to be the one I put onions on. Remember, my kids like the onions, my husband does not. I can't get anything open today. And this is my leftover onions from what I chopped up and cooked with the sausage earlier for the calzones. You know, these onions were getting a little old because even this is smelling really strong. I can't eat too much of it because I'm going to church. Okay, so now, we will top it with mozzarella cheese. And if I'd saved a little bit of that Parmesan, that would have been really good on it. And because I'm doing 2 pizzas, and they're gonna have to go in the oven at the same time, because then I'm gonna need my oven again for my calzone. I'm doing it on convection, so therefore I'm putting my crust on a cookie pan, because sometimes I put it just right on the rack. Alright, and you know what else I'm going to put on it? A little Italian seasoning. Alright, one down, and I'm going to make the other one. And I'll bring you guys back when I'm starting on the calzones. Okay, my buffalo chicken pizzas just went in the oven. I've cracked an egg, and this was the container I had the onions in. I just dumped the onions out, and I've cracked an egg And I'm going to beat it, and we'll set that aside, and you'll see what that's for in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside right there. Not sure where I'm going to put these. Not sure, but I'm going to get some self-rising flour. I'm going to take one of my yeast rolls and kind of roll it around. And I'm going to put a little bit of this flour, and we're just going to roll this yeast roll out as big and as thin as we can get it. These are going to be like little individual size calzones. Okay, that's probably good. It's the size of a little saucer. And I've got so much stuff, I don't know what to do with it. So we're gonna get, it says about 3 to 4 tablespoons. This is larger than a tablespoon. So I may get 2.5 of those little thingies. And then we're going to pull this side over. And we are going to crimp it. Maybe we should have wet it. There is, you know what, and I'm going to spray this pan. We may not make all of these. I may put some yeast rolls in the oven for something. And you just want to try to make sure it seals. And we're going to place that there. And then we'll go again. That one got some Italian seasoning in it. Alright, so that one became a little bigger. So you want to leave enough edge to be sure your ends can crimp. Just take your fork and go around the side. Let me, I'm going to bring you a little closer on the next one so y'all can get a better view. Get a little bit more flour. Turn the light off, maybe you can see a little better. So you take your yeast roll and pat it down. Get a little flour on your rolling pin. Okay, so it's about the size of a I mean, it's about the size of my hand as far as from top to bottom, both directions. So, just about the size of a small saucer. You want to get your filling, but leave enough edge. You see that edge? Leave enough edge so you can crimp it closed. And then just bring it down. And you can kind of seal with your fingers and then go back again with the fork technique. It's still trying to pull apart a little bit. I may have too much flour on my board, I'm not sure. But anyway, and let me show you what you're going to do with the egg. I don't have a brush, an egg brush. I mean, like a basting brush. I don't know why I don't have one, but I don't. But I am just going to take a spoon. And I've got them on my pan over here. Those are the yeast rolls. I'm just going to take and just drizzle a little bit of egg on here. And I may actually take a napkin. In fact, I'm going to have to do that. I even brought me one over here. Take the napkin. That works much better. And just dab a little egg wash on top. And then you can actually, if you wanted to sprinkle again, some Italian seasoning on top. That would be fine too. So I'm going to finish these and get them in the oven, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, there is our dinner. The buffalo chicken pizza, the sausage and cheese calzone, the marinara sauce, and the pineapple punch. Yum. And this is the beautiful dessert someone in our church made. They brought it to us yesterday, but we weren't able to. We didn't have time for dessert, so we're having it tonight. We also have a banana pudding from the same person. But here it is, and Brian, I want you to cut into it.
This pizza cutter?
Yeah. Caroline's going to cut into the calzone so we can see what the inside looks like. Because I don't know.
Yummy.
Yum. You want to taste it? Just pick it up and take a bite.
I'm going to take a little bite. It's hot still.
It's good. All right. I hope you all have enjoyed our Italian night. And make this for your family.